Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 18 Week 2, Day 2. So today, we have a couple things going on. Oh, do I need this pet? I don't think I do. I do not. We have a couple things going on. Main thing being the faction event as far as things that are only happening today. Where is it? There it is, Faction Assault. We have for Werewoods. We just got a deep delve variant of this not too long ago, like what, 3 weeks ago? Somewhere around there. But yeah, green-red restriction, so we could just run Leprechaun, Marilith, anything along those lines. I'm probably just running standard Rowena build, I'm pretty sure. We do have access to Takshaka Stellarix though, so tempting, very tempting. Maybe I'll do that, because I do just want to get it killed as quickly as possible. So we can go head over to, that's not PvP, so we get over to PvP. We're exactly at the point where we can go throw down our double boost, so we're just going to go get our extra stats, our magic, and then probably run it on red the whole time. As we do have access to a bloodthirsty location today, so perfect day to be running it for an hour, and worked out perfectly. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm trying for 3rd place or higher on mine. Also kind of funny. It's literally just called Dragon. But we will be trying for at least 4th today, because as long as we're high on someone else's leaderboard, we should be fine. But we literally have, like, not rank 1, but rank 2. Rank 2 is on my leaderboard this week. Why? But yeah, literally rank 2 is on our rank 1 right now. And aside from that, the other two are, I think, still top 100, right? 30-something thousand? That sounds like it'd be top 100. Pretty close. Not quite, a little under, but pretty much there. So we got some steep competition this time around. So as long as we make, like, above this guy, like, if we make 20,000 by the end of the stream, or somewhere around there, give or take a little bit, doesn't have to be exactly that much. As long as we pass, like, 17,000, we should be pretty good to be in the top tier of someone else's bracket and still get the reward. So that'll pretty much be the game plan. Also, thank you, Michael, for the continued support. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Hey, Sushi Ninja ended up getting it. I'm gonna go through all the hellos as well. Hello, Bill. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Sani. Hello, Jose. Hello, Logic's there. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so where should we start? Honestly, I kind of want to start with Underspire for once. We'll grab our Wayne team initially, and then we'll switch over to Stellarix build. I'm not sure which one really early on is actually going to be quicker. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Where is Faction? There it is. I'm not sure why Faction's not showing up as like the first thing there. We'll take this one. So, hello, Minnie. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Mark. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, this is the bare minimum team as far as everything. And honestly, I think it might be quicker than Stellarix. It really depends on... Of course, why is it giving me the notification for it now? We already just had it. But I'm not really sure if we should be running this or Stellarix right now. Because we do have access to Stellarix triple Takshaka. But as long as this is getting like full mana instantly, this is probably a bit quicker actually, oddly enough. I should probably go set to armor. I think I have a set just because I made sure not to overwrite it because I knew we'd need it today. Yeah, I'm just going to run Rowena, I think, for it then. As tempted as I am to go for Stellarix, at least at these earlier fights when we're one-shotting with Rowena, it is actually quicker. If we reach the point where we stop one-shotting, I guess maybe for the 80th floor we'll go copy-paste the other team real quick. But by that point, I might as well just keep using Rowena the whole time. Yeah, we're getting full mana almost every turn, so works out nicely. The only big downside of this is resummon. This team has no counterplay to resummon. You basically have to re-Leprechaun. Where Stellarix does deal with that a little bit better. Yeah, we'll just run with Rowena build. Also, hello, yeah! Welcome, welcome. Also, thank you, Michael, again. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Supernova got it this time. Every little bit helps. Oh, I just realized that's the boss room. I was like, wait, why is there a tier 6 room right over there? I forgot. The boss room's located in a weird position here. Wait, why did he get the green mana for that? Oh, that was his explode at start of battle. Oh, that's really weird. I got explode at start of battle, but he also got explode at start of battle. But by the way it looked like it both happened at the same time. Kind of weird. Bear minimum, you know what I mean. The other bear. Not bear, but bear. It is an Urskia event week after all. We actually in touch Underspire yet. We probably will tomorrow. Because I want to finish out PvP today. Or, you know, not finish, but, you know, like a good bulk of the points that we're going to get this week is going to be today off of Red Bloodthirsty. And the rest of the week we'll just keep doing bare minimum daily. pretty much the game plan for it. If a team has no bears, is it the bare minimum? I was like, hello, Isabel. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, well, you still will be doing Power World tomorrow. I'm probably going to start closer to noon, though. Because Cookie, I don't think, can stop by until, like, 3 or 4. So we'll probably start closer to noon. When we end up doing it tomorrow. Also, thank you again, Michael, for the continued support. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Hey, Lester got it now. I still need to go update all the emotes and everything. I've been meaning to for, like, ages upon ages now. And I just always forget to keep doing so. At some point, eventually. Soon, TM. Thanks a ton. Greatly appreciated. So 9 a.m. your time? Yeah. Whatever 16 hours from now is. So hello, Genki. Welcome, welcome. Because, yeah, I'm not sure if Cookie mentioned it to you guys yet. Maybe he has some appointments or something in the morning. So we're just going to start a little closer to noon then, so he misses less. Also, in that time, I want to try gaining another level so I can go organize Genki storages. Because Isabel probably won't let me touch hers, so I'm just going to organize Genki's base for all the storages. Because I should be able to make the best in slot storage within the first hour or two of next stream. And hopefully we'll have the update by then. Has this still not got an update yet? Weren't they supposed to do it by the end of March? It's April 2nd. I was hoping by next stream we would have the update, but who knows, maybe we'll drop randomly tomorrow while we're streaming. That'd be funny. I'm still kind of surprised how long it's taken them to do an update. Didn't the game initially... I didn't start when it first came out. But didn't the game come out in, like, January? So it took them, like, 3 months to do their first substantial update. Which is quite a while. Gosh, I'm not sure if I'm getting something. I'm having a weird cough the last few hours. Like sore throat or something. Not sure what it's from. Maybe something I ate, I guess. Yeah, Genki, are you streaming tomorrow too when we're doing it? I know you didn't the first time, but... Because I'll need to set a link to your stream then, when we do. Since you did it last time, I didn't at the time. Yeah, I'll need to get your stream link. Oh, you're planning on it? Nice. Alright, we'll both be streaming then. Oh, you're making the thumbnail now? Oh, I just keep copy-pasting the same one. I can't be bothered to make a thumbnail each time. Actually, I think for every one of my almost dozen Power World streams, we've used the exact same thumbnail every time, except once, which was when we fully, like, finished out the game. Aside from that one stream, I've literally just used the same thumbnail. I know, a lot of streams I don't really make, like, any kind of elaborate thumbnail. For videos, obviously, we do. But for streams, I don't know, there's a lot of games where we just basically do the same one over and over again. Like, even just look at the Gems of War thumbnail. It's generally just, whatever, you know, whatever the day of the week cycle is. Though for Gems of War, there's a lot less stuff to make a thumbnail out of if you're doing it specifically for, you know, a stream. Like, what would it be today? It would be, like, one of the faction troops and then, I don't know, maybe a ton of vault keys. Or actually, not a lot of vault keys. It'd be, like, the PvP symbol or something. Because we're going to do, like, an hour of the PvP boosts. Oh, so that 1 hour boost does work everywhere, by the way. Initially, it did only work in PvP, but for months now, it works absolutely everywhere. The only reason I do it in PvP specifically is because it gives me a reason to go do an hour of PvP each week. And that's literally the only reason. Otherwise, we would never do the PvP grind beyond the daily. So if you ever wonder why I'm running the hour boost on PvP, even though you can run it anywhere, like Explore 12 for even more gold, it's because it will encourage us to actually farm PvP. Because if I don't do that, we'll just do the bare minimum daily, and if we just do the bare minimum daily, we likely won't make leaderboard. But if we do an extra hour on top of the daily, then we'll be past all the people who only do the daily. Which is the whole reason why I do it that way. Oh yeah, I've been drinking something. Oh yeah, I was mentioning it earlier. I have some kind of weird cough. I think it was from something I ate earlier. I have no clue. Because it came around like around the time I was eating, so I think it was just something I ate today. There's a bit of an agitated throat or something. It's weird because I didn't eat anything weird today. I had breakfast a while ago, but I wasn't coughing then. And then the only other thing I had since then was leftovers from, I almost said Thanksgiving. But leftovers from Easter, which are almost gone at this point. Probably tomorrow will be the last day. It just weighs slightly more points. I forgot. There's two different layouts. This is the worst layout. The other layout's way better. Oh, why'd I do that? We already have full mana. Luckily none of them resummoned. Hopefully this cough will go away soon. I'm pretty sure it's just a sore throat from eating though. And as maybe the leftovers have spoiled already, I highly doubt it though. You should keep for at least a few days. The first thing that would probably spoil is the deviled eggs, but we only have a few of those left. After we clear out this, we'll hand out a code, clear out all dailies, and then do a whole hour PvP pretty much. You get the boost from PvP and then go run it. That is the game plan for tonight. Get all the faction loot real quick, dailies, and then PvP the entire rest of the stream. We're probably going until about almost 10 tonight. Like another hour, hour and a half. That's hello, Tyrion! Welcome, welcome. It might actually be the longest stream this week, now that I think about it. Because whenever we do the hour of PvP thing, you know, it just adds an hour onto the stream. Which generally makes the stream go to 2 hours most of the time. You forgot to mention you got the Mazzarina plush. It's very good quality. Nice. Yeah, kind of funny that they have plushies for it all. Might need to look into one of the bird plushies. It'd probably be Beacon. Because there's no point in getting a Shadow Beak since it's basically just rip off Corviknight. Not that Beacon isn't, but it's different enough to be distinct. I'm still surprised they haven't had any kind of legal issues with some of their designs. Like their Eevee design. Which I forget what it's called in Power World, but it's obviously just an Eevee. Like ones like that. That and Grass Cinderace. And a few other ones that are just like so blatantly like copy-paste, slightly adjust Pokemon. Some of them are distinct enough that like obviously it's heavily inspired, but not like completely copy-paste. But some of them are just a bit too close. Really surprised at no point Nintendo took like any, or not even Nintendo, Pokemon Company didn't take any legal action. But I guess they are distinct enough that they can't do anything about it. Which is rather surprising with how similar some of them are. That, or maybe they thought it would give the game too much credibility if they bothered doing a lawsuit against it. They're just letting for the game just die out naturally. Not bothering to put up any more attention. You're getting a Pal Spear desk light ornament? That's kind of interesting. I don't think I would go that far, though. Though I do need better lighting for this room that I've still been meaning to replace out for ages now. Ever since I reorganized this room, I do have enough room for a floodlight or whatever that's called in the corner. I need to get like studio quality lighting there at some point. I keep putting it off because it's like probably like a couple $100 to get a proper setup. So I just keep putting it off, but I really need to at some point. The only other issue is I would need it on both sides most likely. And I don't really have any good way to put it to my left side. Like I have no way to put it over there, but I have a good way of putting it over there. And I'm not sure if that's going to make my lighting too uneven. If I have really good lighting on one side and horrible lighting on the other side. Because unless I get something like wall mounted or something similar, I don't really have a good way to putting it on the other side. Unless I drag it there at the beginning of every stream. The biggest benefit of it is it'd make our green screen work properly. Would be the biggest benefit. Because right now there's always weird shadows because of how my lighting is. Oh, it's a small decoration, not a whole lamp. The way that you described it, it sounds like those old lamps where it has like the little thing over the top of the bulb. And the little thing over the top of the orb would have been the Pal Spear. Like those kind of lamps. I'm not sure why, but whenever I think of that kind of lamp, I always think of like a gold-based lamp with like a green thing over top of a bulb. Do you guys know those? I'm pretty sure most of you know what I'm talking about. Like, whenever I think of a desk lamp, that's the exact desk lamp I think of every single time. The thing that has, like, a fake gold, which is probably just some kind of brass that's spray painted over. And with the green covering over top, and then just the exposed bulb, and a little push thing that you just, like, pull down and it turns on the light. That's that exact thing I think of whenever I think of desk lamp. Which I'm pretty sure Google has a little thing. Let's see. Old green desk lamp. Go, Google. You got this. Let's see. Old green desk lamp. Yeah, that one. I can't not think of this anytime I, Wow, why are they so expensive? Do they not make these anymore? Oh, they're not kidding when they're old. Are these like a vintage thing? Oh, that's interesting. Because that's pretty pricey for some basic lamps. But, or I don't know, is that just how inflation has hit? Or are these just the price of lamps these days? But, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Banker's lamp? Is that what's called a banker's lamp? Is that actually its proper name? Whenever I think of a desk lamp, that is the exact lamp I think of. I can't think of any other lamp other than that. Obviously, others exist. But that's like the first thing my brain goes to when I think of desk lamp. Is that actually called a banker's lamp? Interesting. I didn't know that was its proper name. I've just always identified that as generic desk lamp. It might be time to switch to Stellaryx build. I think for the next section, all going forward, we're going to switch to Stellaryx. This doesn't have to deal with resummon. Starting to reach a point where Rowene won't one-shot anyways. Yeah, that's definitely an old style flamp. Like, you're definitely not going to see that in any kind of modern setup these days. I'm not sure why. When I was a kid, I feel like every desk had that lamp on it. So that would have been like late 1990s. let me go switch the team out. No, I do not want to buy more to Dragon. Oh, I still haven't reset my filter from Monday. I go do that. Save filter of nothing. What am I looking for? I came for Slowworks build. Oh gosh. Sorry about that. They're just gonna be all crookedy today. Oh yeah, I've been like, wait, why can't I put my team down? I haven't actually cleared it. There we go. Alright, we're gonna run Stellarix once. It's the final floor. Because rowing's starting to fall off. Is that actually called a banker's lamp in Animal Crossing New Horizon? I don't think I ever bothered using it in that game. Also, I miss that style game. I hope the next Animal Crossing New Horizons style game comes out in the near future. There's an MMO coming out that's somewhat like it, but not quite. It's coming out, I believe, around Q3 this year. So around like early fall, late summer. But no, I kind of been missing the like the Sims-like games. Because Sims hasn't made a sequel in a while. A lot of the really good indie versions that are trying to make a better Sims are in like development hell because they don't have a big enough dev team and they've just been working on it for years upon years upon years. But they're still making progress. Nintendo's not going to release theirs for at least a couple years. Like 2015, late 2015, 2016 is the earliest that's going to be. And indie games aren't just the same for it. Unless they have like a really big dev team for a long period of time. Not that they're bad, but you know, they're not quite the same experience as what like a Sims 5 or the next Animal Crossing would be, comparatively. Chill Town? Interesting, I haven't heard of that one. I know an MMO that's coming out that's somewhat in that style is Brighter Shores. It has like that old-time RPG kind of feel to it. But still kind of has those other elements. Not to the same degree as like Sims or stuff, but it does kind of have like that visual aesthetic, if nothing else. I'll have to see how it is, ultimately. Oddly enough, it's actually made by the original developer of RuneScape. Which ended up selling it like over a decade back. It's kind of funny because around the time when he sold RuneScape way back in the day, was when I quit the game. So we both bailed around the same time, which I find really funny. But almost the exact... I'm pretty sure it was the exact same year he sold the game, was the same year I stopped playing. Because it just went super downhill from there at an absurdly rapid pace. Until they did the old school version. But anyways, what am I doing? Oh, I just realized I was running armor that whole time. Obviously, we needed it for a Wayne build, but I didn't need it for the other one. I think we have a daily today to go do adventure board, so we're definitely going to go do that. Oh gosh, we got Jinx Trap. Boo. Oh wait, oops. I thought we didn't hit our positive yet because the stairs. I always look at the stairs and it's like, oh, that's the negative one. If you buy Puzzle Quest Galatrix, would you stream it? That is a game I haven't actually tried yet. If you were to buy it, I guess I would at some point. Not necessarily in the very near future, but I definitely would stream it. But yeah, that was made by the developers of Gems of War. Steve, what's his name? The one that begins with F. I should stop trying to say his name because it probably sounds like a curse word. But if you guys know who the lead developer of Gems of War is, it's that person. But yeah, he ends up making that game. Not the same dev team as Gems of War, but it has some overlap. Yeah, he was the lead developer for it, as he is for Gems of War, as he is for Puzzle Quest 3. But I never played the game. I played all the Puzzle Quest games, 1, 2, and 3. 1 is still my personal favorite of the 3. But yeah, it's basically Puzzle Quest in space, is its quick synopsis. I'm not sure. Would you guys say it's better or worse than Puzzle Quest 1 and 2? Because I'd probably say it's worse than Puzzle Quest 1, but probably better than Puzzle Quest 2. If I had to, like, rank it somewheres. Though I don't know. I've never played it or seen footage of it. But it's basically Puzzle Quest in space. Though it has a weird, like, hexagon board or something. Alright, what am I doing? Oh, we did that, we did that. Let me go take out Adventure Board. I think we have to, yeah, we have to take out all of them, which is sad because I believe Adventure Board was horrible today. It's low souls, low gold, and medium souls. Yeah, the name that Bill just put... It wasn't that I didn't know the name, it's just I always mispronounce his last name in a way that does not sound YouTube friendly. It's a really, assumably Australian-like name. Because I've never heard that last name in America before. Like, it definitely exists, but it's definitely not that common around here. Steve definitely is. The second part isn't. Oh, you have to keep unlocking gates. Yeah, it probably has that same kind of gimmick from Puzzle Quest 1. Where if you walk from location to location, you have to do like 1.5 billion fights. That did get slightly annoying. But after a bit, it was kind of avoidable once you reach a certain point in the game. But in early game, it was really annoying. You were like, anytime you wanted to go from point A to point B, you would take like 3 to 5 fights you didn't even want to do. Later in the game, you could dodge them very easily. But early on in the game, your dodge rate for them was super horrible. Yeah, Puzzle Quest, that was the biggest issue I would say overall with Puzzle Quest. It started very slow because of that, and you could easily get locked out. Just from how repetitive some of the battles were. But once you get past that point, it was really nice. Just had a really slow early game. Yeah, Isabel, I wouldn't mind playing that at some point, though I'm not sure when. But I definitely would, because I've been meaning to try that game for ages now. I just never really got around to it. It's one of the only Puzzle Quest games I haven't really tried. Yeah, the hex system is definitely weird, but I'm curious to see how it works. Because unlike the square or rectangular boards that most Match 3 games use, they ended up going down the hexagon route. Which is a really weird shape to do for a Match 3 game. It was pretty much his biggest gimmick, other than the fact that it was set in space. Its bigger gimmick, it was like hexagon board or octagon or whatever shape it is. We know it has multiple sides. More than 2, or more than 4, I mean. Obviously more than 2, that'd be a line. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, we were clearing out Adventure Board. Completed. Alright, let me go buy up Underspire. We'll be doing this tomorrow. We'll be focusing on PvP today. But I will go run all these torches tomorrow, which will be 51 of them on the dot. Alright, I think the only other daily left is do a ton of PvP for the next, like, hour and a half. Hour and a half. Alright, so we did that, we did that, we did that, we did that. Alright, we're good to go. Campaign's already been done since yesterday, as it gets done automatically. Adventure Board's already done. Oh yeah, I didn't do an event. Let me go do that real quick, I guess. Just to help out the guild. Let's see, who is carrying us right now? Isabel was earlier. Let's see, has anyone else taken over first place? Yes. Hamachi did, and Oloko's still pretty high up there. Pretty much same rank. Hey, let me go get the better tokens. Oh, I already have the better token set. Nice. Wait, do I even need 20% mana start? What team are we running for the event? I might be able to drop to 20% for more damage. No, I'm not using 50% mana star. I really should, though. What would I drop? Do I just drop King Mikhail? I feel like that's a bit too risky, but I think I'm going to. I got a plan. Because this allows us to go extra damage. So if I go Sentinel for this, and then change my troop to... oh no! I just realized why I didn't do that earlier. Oh, I can't do that. I remember why I didn't do that earlier. She uses green-yellow. Our weapon boost ratio is based on brown. Never mind. I'm going to leave it as is. I completely remember why I don't have 50% mana star on this team now. I was wondering that during the video. I mentioned it very briefly, like, wait, why did I have it like that? While trying to remember everything in inverse order when we're doing the April Fool's joke for it. But, I remember exactly why I don't have 50% Mana Star in this team. It's because she doesn't use Brown. And that's a 2 less gem spawn on our weapon per cast if we don't have a Brown ally there. And it's actually better to have 20% Mana Star with 2 higher gem spawn than it is to have 50% Mana Star. Even with the extra damage we'd get from the tokens. Should I make Tacit play Flipping Death this Halloween? Doesn't seem like his kind of game, though. I don't know, what's Flipping Death? I've never actually heard of it before. Is it a Steam game? Is it like a multiplayer Steam game kind of thing? It sounds like a party game for Halloween. Is what it sounds like. Where you'd play it with multiple people. And it's Halloween themed. It sounds like those Jackbox games or something, but Halloween themed. Am I correct in my assumption? Or is it something completely different? It's a hilarious puzzle game that's placed in Halloween. I received a gift. Oh, thank you, Isabel. I didn't even realize I can have notifications when I'm on offline. I assume that's the Galactrix puzzle quest thing. But yeah, we'll definitely play it at some point. Yeah, I just got the notification for it. I'll claim it in a little bit after stream. I just don't want it to download while we're streaming. Because I think I have auto download on. But yeah, we'll definitely play it at some point. I'm not sure exactly when. Well, we'll definitely do it, hopefully in the next month or two. That reminds me, I still need to go buy that other game before it expires. Does anyone remember when Tears of the Kingdom came out? Tears of the Kingdom. Because I forgot, I have a thingy that expires if I don't claim it by a certain point. It came out in May. Okay, I need to use it within the next few weeks then. I was going to use it on Thousand Year Door. But I don't think I have pre-order up for Thousand Year Door yet, which is kind of bad. I hope they do it soon. Hopefully they'll have a Nintendo Direct soon. Because when I end up buying Tears of the Kingdom, I got like that double thingy that you can end up doing for it. But it expires after like a year, which is what they're banking on. People will buy it for like one game, then forget about it, and basically pay $100 for a game. But if you actually use it, you will get 2 games for $50. Which made it way cheaper, because Tears of the Kingdom was $70. But I got it for 50. But I gotta remember to actually use the other half of it, but it expires in like a month. I was gonna use it on Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. But last I recall, pre-orders for that game isn't up yet for some reason. So I can't use it on it yet. And they're probably doing that by design. Hopefully it will be in the next few weeks. Otherwise, I'll need to find some other Nintendo game to go buy for $50 before it expires. I can't think of anything else that's currently like in their roster that I would really want to go for though, that I don't already own. Alright, actually maybe Pikmin 4. I still never tried Pikmin 4. I don't know. Pikmin 4 did go back more to the Pikmin 2 formula, but honestly, Pikmin 3 wasn't too good. I was not that big of a fan of Pikmin 3, but I have heard Pikmin 4 is a lot more like Pikmin 2. And Pikmin 2 was peak Pikmin. Like, I still think even to this day, Pikmin 2 is still better than all the other Pikmin games. Even with 3 others now. Alright, let's go to PvP. I think that's officially everything now. I keep going in the middle to go to PvP. I do that every single time. Alright, let me go for yellow buff. Let's see, where's our yellow buff? I have exactly enough for it too, nice. I might even double buff today, to be honest. Because if we're going to go do a whole hour, I might as well have extra damage. There's no point in not going for it. Ew, why is yellow so weird? Let me go do purple first, actually. If we're doing both, I might as well do purple first. But yeah, why is our team so weird? I think it's like Blackhawk restriction. Which is not the worst, but far from the best. This, I believe, was a really easy one. Yeah, we're allowed to use Stellaryx here. Perfect. Exactly what we want to see. You would want me to play Poor Ronco Wonko, which is free on Steam right now, since you get to play a Pomeranian. Interesting. Yeah, that's a genre of game I generally don't play too often. Though I wouldn't mind playing it on the channel at some point. Like doing a bunch of games that basically take like an hour or two. Because there's a lot of games in that category that I've just never gotten around to. Like the 1 to 2 hour kind of category of games. Because generally the kind of games I play are endless grind games. Games that have at least 1,000 hours of content, if not over 10,000. Very rarely do I play a game that's like an hour to 3 hours long and then like never touch it again. It's the type of game I just generally don't play that often. So, hello, Crimson. Hello, Rob. Hello, Jamie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, I never did hand out the first code, did I? Let me go do that. I meant to do that earlier. I meant to actually do it after we finished the other daily. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I need to go get my new codes. I'm actually out of codes. 1 second. Well, here's this code, but let me go grab the other code before we get into the hour timer. I think they're all on Discord. Jetto sent me a whole batch of them. If Discord ever wants to open. We'll give it a moment. Actually, it's already open, but... Isabel just sent me a message as well. Alright, let me go grab all this. Copy. Alright, paste this now. Paste. Alright, I got it. And now we have 1 billion codes. Alright, and we'll get the other one ready in a little bit. Alright, anyways. The next code is ready to go. We'll hand it out in after a little bit of the PvP grind. I'm proud for the code. We'll have another one in a little bit. Does this thing have spell reduction? Why does it keep surviving? No wonder why. It is 25% reduction. I've been wondering why. Obviously, it's because of spell reduction. It's pretty obvious. Copy. Got you out of hiding. Also, hello, Maximus. Welcome. Gosh, the final battle is so bulky. I feel like newer players would get walled off by this fight. Like, you're probably going to tier 3 and not going any further. Because, gosh, are those stats really high. Like, if you have insta-kill in a section, I guess it's not too bad. Like, I think that was purple restriction, and you could just run, like, Zolgoth. But, gosh, that really walls you off. Alright, let's start doing some battles, start getting our Valhawks, and then we'll go do, another boost. I'll go get the yellow boost. I wanted to get this first just to get it out of the way. Because it was easier. But then we're going to go for our yellow boost to truly get our stats up. And then after that, we'll go do the hour of the other thing. I guess I could technically crack the hour thing open right now. Wouldn't be that big a deal. We're winning at about the same rate. So you know what? Yeah, let's actually crack it open now. Might as well. If we lose a little bit of value on it, doesn't really matter. And you know what? Because we can, why not do some XP boost with it too? Get an hour of XP boost on it too. Does this waste this slightly? Yes. But if we're already boosting, we might as well mega boost. And here's the redeem code we just handed out. We'll have another one later. Oh, though it won't have the extra gold though. That was the last one from Genki. Thank you. And it still had the extra gold in it. That's funny. You still want Dave the Diver? I still never did Dave the Diver since they added the DLC. I need to. But yeah, I've not gotten back to Dave the Diver since they added the free DLC and everything else with it. It's definitely a game we have to revisit. On the list of games we need to revisit list. That's definitely top priority. The other one will be before Silksong releases. I'm going to need to go do, I'll catch you later, Michael. Thanks for stopping by. But we're definitely going to need to go do, gosh, I forget its name. Hollow Knight again. Because I still never got every ending of Hollow Knight. And I still haven't looked up any spoilers of it either, somehow. Oh, so are we going to win this fight? It's very unlikely, but I kind of want to try. You got this. You got this. Come on, wild card. Actually go somewhere useful. No way did we just die to Bandit. Wow. Okay, maybe this wasn't a good idea doing Bloodthirsty Reds. You're 30 hours into Unicorn Overlord. Yeah, that's a game I do need to get around to. Not that one, but I really need to get around to, well, maybe that game eventually. I'm not sure. But I really need to get around to Octopath Traveler 1 and 2. As far as, like, those old RPG kind of style games, that's, like, my next one on my list. I just keep putting it off because it's such a long game. Especially if we did both of them back-to-back. Though if I do them, I might do them a little bit separated. Because it might be a bit much doing them back-to-back. Going straight from Octopath Traveler 1 into Octopath Traveler 2. I'd probably give it like a few months in between. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on my backlog. The problem is a lot of them just take too long. Which is why I never get around to them. Like, we're talking games that would easily take us like an entire month of casual streaming to get done. I'll catch you later, Sushi Ninja. I'll catch you later, Crimson. Thanks for stopping by. Starting to lose track of who here isn't. When am I going to play Orc Massage? I still haven't looked up that game, but I'm pretty sure we can't stream it. YouTube wouldn't like it. I honestly wouldn't be against streaming games like that, though, to be honest. They could be funny. It just, you can't do that on YouTube. So hello, Mr. Z. Welcome, welcome. Can we get magic from Faction Renown? Yes. The most recent one... Oh, wait, what do you mean if I... Oh, yeah, Faction Renown? Yes. I was trying to think of which one you were talking about for a second. But yes, you do get magic from Faction Renown. It takes a while. I forget the interval. It's something like every 36,000 Faction Renown or something. I think currently you can get 2 magic from Underspire from Faction Renown. It's very low, but it's more than 0. But yes, you can eventually get magic from it. It just takes a lot of grinding. But you can currently get 2 magic, eventually 3 magic from it. Once they add a few more kingdoms. I think we need like 2 or 3 more kingdoms to get another magic from Underspire. From Faction Renown. You played Octopath Traveler 2, but not 1? Interesting. I would definitely want to play them in order. I don't think you have to play them in order, but I definitely would play them in order. Also because I currently own 1, but not 2, so it would work out even better as well. Because yeah, I don't even own the second one. Obviously I will by the time we get around to it, but currently I only own the first one. Got on sale for like 25 bucks or something? I don't remember. It was pretty cheap, like 25, 30 around there. Oh wait, oops. I'm like trying to cast them as if I could do anything. Can't at the moment. So I'm trying to get 3 Valhawk so I can go get the other boost so we can go back to here with more magic. It doesn't seem like that's what we're doing right now, but it is what we're trying to do ultimately. You know what game I haven't played in years I kind of want to stream a few times on the channel again? Well, I technically never actually did a dedicated stream for them. Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. It lost a lot of its player base when they unreleased the game, when they did the remake for it. But there's still a dedicated player base to that game. And that's one of a few games I have upwards of 20,000 hours in. There's only 3 now. Not like went down, but you know. There's only 3 games I have upwards of 20,000 hours in. Obviously, Gems of War. RuneScape, which we've been playing in the background. Though I haven't been the last several days. Well, I've still been playing it, just not on stream. And Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne. Because honestly, that's still one of my favorite games of all time. Mostly because all the games that were made within the game. It just has such a great variety. And it was like one of the best deals ever back in the day. Like $30 for infinite games. It was pretty solid. You missed the OG Warcraft, yeah. How's Warcraft Classic? I've considered trying that at some point eventually. I tried it when I was a kid, when it was still back in like, you know, the OG Classic. I never really liked it though. I always liked RuneScape more when it came to MMOs. But I wouldn't mind giving it another shot at some point. I would definitely play the classic version, not the other version though. Because that's what I would have remembered. Don't I get tired of fighting these teams? Yes. I hate that other people are allowed to use the team we're also using. It's really annoying facing this exact team. But we need the point, so we're going for it. But yes, this team is really, really annoying to face. A lot of fun to use. Really annoying to be used against. Now, let me go get our magic buff. I meant to get this as soon as we got 3 Valhawk. I didn't realize we already got them all. Honestly, we've been getting pretty lucky on our Valhawks lately. Which feels weird because we're getting so unlucky for them for the longest time. Also, this team is not ideal. Like, it's not bad, but, whoa, never mind. Hold up. This team is amazing. We just double rolled 8% insta-kill off of one single extra turn. That used to be a meta team back in the day, by the way. A few months before Iron Gut came out, the only optimal way to insta-kill was extra turn Megavore. It became irrelevant a few weeks or a few months later when Iron Gut came into the game. Because that was way more consistent. But it's still really insane that you could just take extra turns to just auto insta-kill. It's still strong to this day. It's just there's other things that are stronger. But no, honestly, I don't mind the Stellarex team that much. I just feel like it needs to get nerfed into the ground. While still being somewhat viable. Like, I still want to see the return of Diamantina being viable. They way overbuffed Stellarex. Honestly, Stellarex didn't even need a buff. The other Celestial Dragons did, but Stellarex, they could have left it exactly how it was at launch and it would have been fine. He still would have been used a ton. Because it was basically extra turn Diamantina. He was slightly less damage than Diamantina, but had extra turn potential. But now they made him have extra turn potential with, like, almost double the damage of Diamantina. It's insane. He's, like, no balance on him right now. And at this point, it seems like they're just going to keep it like that. Which is probably the biggest power creep Gems of War has ever had that didn't end up getting a nerf. Assuming it doesn't get a nerf. Well, there has been some instances where they've done some insane power creep. That would by far be the biggest amount they've ever done. That didn't receive a nerf. Because there were some bigger ones in the past, but they all got nerfed. Like back when Great Maul could 4 times devour a team with just one skull spammer. Like, you could cast Bone Dragon once and 4 times kill a team with one cast. For 15 mana cost, you basically auto-win any fight. Which is probably the most broken thing to ever exist in the history of the game. It was Bone Dragon Great Maul at its peak. Back when Great Maul had 15% Devour on Skull, the ability to multi-trigger it, as well as Bone Dragon basically filling the whole board with skulls per cast. The slowest thing was mana accumulating for the Bone Dragon. But after you did, you just auto-won. I should poll if Stellarex needs a nerf? Sure. It's definitely going to be yes. I'd be very surprised. Let's see. Like, I don't think it's going to be overwhelmingly yes. It's going to be like a 60% or something. But it's definitely going to lean yes. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. Should Stellarex get nerfed? I'm not going to have like a slight nerf or a big nerf. I'm just going to say yes or no. Should Stellarex get nerfed? Yes or no? There we go. Obviously, how nerfed it gets is within question. But simply, should it or should it not get nerfed? Like, I'm definitely in the camp that it should. Not that big of a nerf, but it definitely should. Because they definitely over-nerf stuff, which is probably a lot of people's concern who don't want it nerfed. Is, you know, when they nerf Stellarex, you're never going to be able to use Stellarex again. So enjoy it while you can. Because when they nerf Stellarex, I'm pretty sure they'll nerf it to a degree where you will not be using it in the future. Which is a lot of people's concern, most likely. I'm pretty sure they won't do that. They'll probably learn. But knowing them, Stellarex will not be usable after it gets nerfed. But even if he does, that just means the return of Diamantina. Especially if Diamantina gets buffed when he gets nerfed. Like, if Diamantina gets a small buff when Stellarex gets a small nerf, it would lead to Diamantina getting a lot more usage rate. Once again. You got a Decaying Orbit today? Nice, you're almost there. One step closer to Stellarex. Which means they'll be nerfing it in a couple weeks when you end up getting it. No. Oh, so hello, not Lester. Welcome. I assume that's Mr. Z. But I kind of want to call him not Lester, because that's actually a perfect name for Mr. Z, to be honest. We'll have Lester and not Lester. Where did my team go? We had a team a couple seconds ago. I would love to have it back. You're still blocked on the yellow dragon. Yeah, it took us 27 for the initial dragons. We got absurdly lucky on Celestial getting a perfect sweep, though. So much so, I thought on the patch that they might have adjusted it so that you automatically get them. But no, we just got perfect RNG. Because that would have been a great way to fix the eggs. Make it so you always get a unique one for your first 6. They're not going to be that generous, though. I wish they would have. Like, the luck that we got on the second set of dragons should just be how the dragons work. Where you do it 6 times, you get all of them, and then you start getting random ones. At bare minimum, they need to make it so when you get 4 copies of one of them, you stop getting as a drop. That way the driest you can possibly go is, let's do the math on that real quick. The driest you could ever go is 21, instead of 27 like we went. But if they made it so you stopped getting the copy of it once you hit 21, or once you hit 4 of a copy, the unluckiest you could possibly get is 21. Which would be 4 of them 5 times, or 5 of them 4 times. And then finally getting your 6-1 once. I wish they would at bare minimum do that. Like, the most ideal situation would be 6 eggs and you auto get it. But at bare minimum, they need to make it so 21 is the highest you would ever have to go in order to get full completion. By making it when you have 4 of one, you never get another copy of it. This will also increase your odds once you have 4 of one. Gosh, red is like the worst place to do PvP. Why am I doing it here? Why am I fighting red? I know it's because it's bloodthirsty, but gosh, bloodthirsty and red is so bad. I'm about to go head to Central Spire, to be honest. These are just so annoying right now. Oh yeah, we'll be doing the Power Word stream at noon tomorrow, which is 9 hours after Gems of War reset. $1 million for Poketail? That depends what Pokemon game we're talking. $1 million in some Pokemon games, so other games is basically like a couple cents. So it depends what economy we're referring to. Because that might be highway robbery. Or it could be a deal. Before he wipes my whole team, I should probably kill him. Problem, that didn't kill him. Gen 1 Poketails? Oh, that's highway robbery then. I see why you're part of Team Rocket. Oh, so where does the expression highway robbery even come from? Do people actually rob on the highway back in the day? Because now that I think about it, I don't actually know where the expression highway robbery comes from. Unless there was something else back in the day called a highway that wasn't a road. Because I feel like it'd be really hard to do crime on the highway. Other than car accidents. But beyond car accidents, I'm not sure how you really, like, rob someone on the highway. Oh, highwayman? Oh, I see. So it's like a highwayman, highway robbery. Okay, I see. That makes a little more sense then. Oh, that expression's really old then. Because I was gonna say, because if it was highway robbery, highways have only existed for what? Like 100 years or so, give or take? Actually, when was the first highway built? When was the first American highway built? Highways were built in what? My comprehension of when cars existed is out of whack. What? That's a couple hundred years before I thought it would be. We're talking 1600s, 1700s? Wow. Well, I guess horse highways, if you count that. Does that count horse highways? Because that would actually make sense. But as far as like highways with like cement and everything, it had to have been like what, 1800s, 1900s? But I guess it could have been a different version of. Yeah, when did cement come out? When was cement invented? When was cement invented? That's, oops, I'm doing insert or something. When was cement invented? In Rome? Oh gosh, that's really old then. 1824. Oh, my dates on everything is way out of whack then. Wait, when was it made in Rome? Because that would be even earlier than that date then. Interesting. Oops, I backspace too far though. Who invented cement? Romans? 600 BC. Weren't the first to create concrete. Okay, interesting. Alright, that's ancient then. Obviously, modern cement was made in the 1800s. But the concept has existed since like over 2,000 years ago. Wasn't I paying attention in school? No, I am horrible at history. Because you can't use formulas to figure out dates and other similar things. You either know something or you don't know something. Writing and science and everything else is super easy because you can deduct it through formulas. So even if you have no clue what you're doing, you know exactly what you're doing just by using any amount of things you know from prior knowledge. You can't use prior knowledge to figure out history. But you can use prior knowledge to figure out science, math, writing, and everything else. So I was really good in those subjects, but horrible in history. Because you have to remember very specific things, which I am absurdly bad at doing due to my bad memory. But I'm really good at using any amount of prior knowledge and formulas to get to a solution. So any subject matter that is you can do that for, I'm good at. But really bad at anything that requires knowing a very specific information. So I would love to win a battle at some point. I'm going back to Central Spire. I'm done with this. I'm done with Red Bloodthirsty. Never again. We're out of here. We're barely even getting any points. But yeah, hello Central Spire. Look at these easy teams. Not that one. Look at these easy teams. Ignore the one with double Stellarex. Now we did pretty good in school. I was like the average AB kind of student. Like not the straight A, like absolute top of class. I was with best friends with someone though. I was best friends with the person who finished second in my class. And she would have finished first in her class if it wasn't for the fact she did so many extracurricular activities like band and everything. Whereas the one who didn't was like all in on school. Where she also did other stuff beyond that. Like she was the highest person in my class who actually had like a social life and everything. But I was really, really good friends with her. She was like my best friend in high school and middle school. And she finished second in my class of like a couple thousand or however many it was. But yeah, I was a pretty average AB student. I wasn't like as good as her where it was like had A's and like over A's. Where in some classes it was physically possible she would have over 100%. But I don't know, I was a pretty standard AB student. Like nothing absurd like what she had, but you know, pretty high up there still. That's where I actually met her from. Met her in middle school band. We were both good enough at instruments that we actually got into high school band while in middle school. So we both knew each other from that, and then we just stayed friends for like 6 years during that. Unfortunately, I didn't really stay friends with her after we both went over to college. Just because we both went to different states and everything. I knew her for like 6 years in high school. She wasn't the one I had a crush on in high school, though. We were just simply friends. I will take that one over. Grab the other one. Nice to know Tassa has friends. Oh no, I have like almost no friends these days. That was high school. These days I have like almost no one. Aside from you guys, I have like barely anyone. My entire adult life, I have like almost barely made any friends. It's a lot harder when you're an adult, that's for sure. Like when you're a kid in school, it's like so easy. All you have to do is just talk to some people. Like you're basically forced to be around people like all day. It's a lot harder when you're like isolated away from everyone. And your closest connection is like the internet. Which makes the average person you ever connect with like a billion miles away. Like I still have made 0 friends in my state since after high school. In either state that I've lived in. I'm just really bad at making local friends. I'm not sure how you go about doing it. Like as far as online friends and everything and meeting up with those online friends and everything like that, I've done several times already. But as far as, like, meeting someone locally and, like, making friends, like, I don't know how you do that these days. It is such a weird process. Especially compared to how it likely was done, like, a decade or 2 ago. Join a local improv group. How many of my friends are on the ignore list? Actually, I have quite a few friends that I don't talk to for like months or even years at a time, and then we just start talking again randomly. I have a lot of friends like that. I feel like that's just a guy thing, though. Where you go like years without talking to someone, and then you start talking to each other again as if you've been talking to each other every day for a decade. So why are we creating so few gems? I guess because we're creating 2 instead of 3. I wouldn't think it would make that big of a difference, but I'm really unlucky this battle. It's a Scorpio thing. Do we bother playing this out? I think we're dead. Gosh, the mighty Beatrix. I think we still win this, though. Oh, nope, now if we lose our turn. You don't even have full mana, what's going on here? Okay, I'm just gonna retreat. He's gonna cast Beatrix about 1,000 more times before we get a turn. I can't believe we just die to, like, low rarity Beatrix. It doesn't really matter what the rarity is if it gets 100 extra turns in a row. Like, its extra turn potential is just as high, even if it has almost no stats. Yeah, I've generally had a really low number of friends overall. Like, I haven't met any friend in person in years. Now that I think about it. The last time I've met any friend in person was, like, slightly after the pandemic. But since then, I haven't met any friends since, like, 2021. So I've gone, like, 3 years now without meeting up with any friend in person. So I haven't socialized face-to-face in 3 years then. Not counting random socializing at, like, grocery stores and stuff. But as far as actually talking to a friend face-to-face, I haven't done it in 3 years. And I feel like that's becoming increasingly more common as time goes on. Like, I would say in the past, like a decade or two ago, that would be, like, a huge outlier. And while that's still a bit of an outlier, I feel like that's becoming a lot more common these days. Three years since the Chicago trip? Yeah, that's the last time it happened. Because I think that was also when I met up with Defiant. Or was that the trip before then? But I think that was the trip I met up with Defiant as well, if I'm not mistaken. Because I met Defiant, you guys know him from chat, and I met a couple of my friends in Chicago again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the trip when I saw Defiant. Pretty sure it was. Back when he actually lived in that area. He's moved since then. Which means if I ever am in that area, I won't be able to see him again. I remember where he moved to. I think it was, gosh, California, I think, or something? I've never even been to California. I've never even been on West Coast. I meant to meet Isabel last year when I was in New Jersey. Also, Isabel, I'll be in New Jersey again in a couple months if you want to try to meet up some point. Because I'll be seeing my dad around Father's Day. Which is like late June, I believe. Unless something drastic changes in my schedule or something, I should be down there late June. I don't have it planned out yet, but I likely will in like 2.5 months. Because we were going to meet last year, and you weren't able to, but if you can this year, let me know. We can meet up at the sawmill or something. You still need Arceus? Sure, I can do that for you. Might as well. Yeah, honestly, I miss the Sawmill's food. That place is amazing. It's still my favorite pizza place in the history of pizza places. It doesn't have the best pizza I've ever eaten, but the overall nostalgia and food combination is just so good. Plus, their pizza is gigantic. It's not the biggest in the world, but it's one of the biggest you're ever gonna get. Like, it's definitely top 5 in the entire United States. Is absolutely massive. I think we have like 20 minutes left on our boost. Oh yeah, let me go hand out the other code. I still haven't done that yet. I was going to do that halfway through the PvP boost, and I think we're slightly past halfway now. I'm going to go get you that for you guys. Alright, code time. This will be the second code. Final one we'll hand out for now until tomorrow night. And tomorrow night will definitely be a focus on Under Spire. Well, 51 battles, as well as the pet. The pet we're getting tomorrow isn't new, but it's the first time it's been guaranteed since its December event. Because originally it was event locked. Obviously you could still get it through in-game currency. But it was from the Christmas event. And this is the first time it's been guaranteed since then. You can still find it in the pet drop table. But if you weren't lucky enough to find it since then, you didn't do the winter event, this is the first time it's been available. Guaranteed. Since the winter event. And it'll be all day tomorrow. And I do already have it maxed though, unfortunately, so there's not going to be much of a benefit there. Which I'm probably not even going to bother with it then. I kind of forgot about that. We already have it maxed. It's not even one of those like event ones where you get like a small amount of copies. We already have it all the way maxed. How much time do we have on the clock? I want to say 15 minutes. Oh no, 25. Never mind. I was closer when I said 20 earlier. Now let's keep going. We're halfway there. I thought we were a little deeper than that. Apparently not. Let's keep going. We're halfway there. Ah. Up wrong way. I should have taken the other way for the extra mana. My team just went away. I would like my team back, please. I forgot about that. I'm not actually running a Sensia version, am I? I'm getting 50% mana start this team. I kind of prefer it with Wand over Sensia, though. There's just too much Submerge to not run Wand. Or even Hero in general. You also need it for your own Submerge. Can I not take this for extra turn at all? Really? I feel like it should be... Oh yeah, I was gonna say, there should be a way that I take that for extra turn. That'd be really weird if there was no option for it. Oh, I just realized something funny. I'm not going to be able to get pork from the pork place for a while. The one really good one. Because even though I haven't had it for a couple months, the place that my mom would normally pick it up from is where the person who's now living with us used to live. And one of the reasons she even went down there so much was because, you know, she'd be seeing him. But now we're like never going to be around that area. The reason I bring that up is I actually have a dentist appointment over there soon. And that dentist appointment is near that area. The only problem is after I get all the dentist stuff done, I'm not going to feel like eating something like that. It's only a cleaning and stuff, but even after a cleaning, like, I don't want to eat something like that. But I just realized I'm not going to be able to get to the good pork place near us. Because we don't really have too much of a reason to go there other than for, like, a couple doctor's appointments here and there. Like, the next time I won't have anything done teeth-related there, but still be in that area will be when I go for my, physical, or checkup, whatever it is, for the, for whatever it's called. It's covered with insurance. That's one of the few that is, but, the bi-yearly checkup for, you know, just your general health. I have another one of those back in, oh, I need to go double-check that date. I think it's in July. We gotta make sure it doesn't fall when we do the Jersey trip. Honestly, if it wasn't for the cost of living, I would probably move back to New Jersey. Cost of living's just so absurd, though. But jobs also pay, like $15 plus an hour. I'm pretty sure that state has actually adopted $15 minimum wage. And, like, my area, that's still $7.25 an hour. Like, if I could live there cheaply, I would literally be making double minimum wage if I moved to that area. Like, the worst you can make is double. So if my cost of living was low, you could get a job, like, literally anywhere and be making bank compared to here. Like, I would literally just apply to, like, a Burger King or something. Just work the cashier. Something, like, very straightforward and simple. And I would literally be making double what you could make in this area. At bare minimum. Plus, you can make even higher than that. Obviously, just as the lowest you could be making. So if I could keep my cost of living low and actually moved back there, it'd actually kind of be worthwhile. The reason I would probably not do that is I would have to live with my dad and or grandma. And I don't think I would want to do that. Because that's the only way I could keep my cost of living low. I don't know, they're fun to be around, but living with them for like a prolonged amount of time is just not ideal. They have a lot of very old, dated views, that's for sure, on various things. You'd be fired for eating the food instead of working. I don't know, Burger King food's kind of trash, though. So you wouldn't really be tempted to eat it. No, Burger King's okay. Though out of, like, the fast food places, definitely lower tier. I'll say a lot of fast food places by me are all horrible, though. As well as Olive Gardens. Olive Gardens tastes like they brought it out of the trash, then put it in the microwave, and then served it. That's what an Olive Garden tastes like near me. Which is weird because the average Olive Garden in New Jersey actually tastes like an actual restaurant. Yet the average Olive Garden near where I live right now tastes like the worst thing I've ever eaten. Like, it should have negative stars. Like, 1 star or 0 stars too many. It needs to have like a -4, -5 or something. It is that bad. Like, you could get paid to eat there, and it might not even be worth it. Imagine working at a Domino's. I wouldn't want to work at a Domino's, I don't think. Honestly, you know where I would actually want to probably work near me? If I was to get like a basic job. I would want to work at the dollar store. I'm not sure why. But the atmosphere of just working in there and the kind of people you would meet reminds me a lot of like the thrift shop days. Back when I used to do like thrift shops and, you know, used to do flea marketing and everything. Like the kind of person that would show up there are the kind of people that would show up at flea markets. And they make really good conversation. But yeah, I feel like I would want to work at like a dollar store, Dollar General or something. A melting pot? No. I don't feel like I'm formal enough to work at a melting pot. Like, they're not like super high-end dining, but it's high-end enough that I feel like I'm too casual of a person to function at a place like that. They also have too many nut-related objects, which I just wouldn't be able to work around. I do need to go back to the melting pot, though. I haven't been there since 2020. I haven't went there until... the last time I've been there is when I completely abused their all-you-can-eat Super Bowl special, where I spent like 20, 30 bucks for over $100 worth of fondue and chocolate. Or fondue and cheese. Of cheese and chocolate. But that's the last time I've eaten there. Was when I overly abused their all-you-can-eat special they had. I fully utilized it. I'm pretty sure they have not had it a single time since. Because I got all my values worth from that. You got a gift card for Olive Garden from a boss over a year ago? Can't convince anyone to go! Honestly, not all Olive Gardens are bad. But if all Olive Gardens are bad near you, you can't go to Olive Garden. Like, you have to check before you go to an Olive Garden, make sure it's at least like 4-star in your area. Because if it's anything less, it's going to be the worst thing you've ever eaten in your life. Unless they've improved over the last decade. But honestly, the last few times I've been there were so bad, I can't even imagine them improving from that. At least in my area. I'm very picky. I'm not that picky. Though I feel like I would do horrible in a modern day job market. Because I haven't held a proper normal job since like 18. And my resume would look awful if I was to build up a resume these days. Because what would it be? Like 3 years flea marketing experience. 8 years doing YouTube at a dead-end YouTube career. And then, is that it? That's pretty much it. As far as my adult life. I did some things while I was still in my teens and stuff. But the company I worked for like a year went out of business, so I can't really use them as a reference. And the other one I worked for also went out of business. Like, honestly, every place I worked at from 17 to 18 went out of business. Literally all of them. There was not a single place I worked at that did not go out of business within that time. A flea market that got replaced with housing. A green energy company that went out of business after like 2 years. And what was the other one? A basically American Chinese cuisine place that basically did both. That went out of business in a year to a year and a half. I didn't even think about that, but every single place I worked at from 17 to 19 went out of business within 2 or 3 years. Not because of me, obviously, but just coincidentally ended up going out of business. Though that flea market that went out of business, they mostly didn't went out of business. They mostly just sold. They've been there for a couple decades, but they ended up selling because they were offered such a high amount for the land that they couldn't really refuse the amount they were offered relative to how much the flea market was making. So they ended up selling because they were offered like millions upon millions. I couldn't even imagine. Like probably at least 10 million for the land. It was a lot of land. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. If I was to go for a job hunt right now, I literally have no past boss I could reference. Because every normal job I've ever had has gone out of business with no reference I could have. And the only other one I would have is Google. I'm not sure if I could just send them that. Not sure who they would have to call. I'm pretty sure Google doesn't know a single person who even does streaming on their platform. Honestly, someone could reach 1 million subs and they will probably have no clue who that person even is. YouTube as a company. So I'd literally have no reference on my resume. On like people who they could call as past job experience. Can I bake or cook? No. I can to like the slightest bare minimum degree. To a degree that like literally everyone can. But I don't have like any proper cooking experience. The best I had was like flipping some burgers at that Chinese American place I was talking about. That was mostly there to clean up. I mostly busted tables, cleaned the dishes, stuff like that. But, you know, I'd still flip the burgers and a few other things cooking-wise there. But, you know, like bare basic stuff. Like very simple things. Like pick up the fryers up and down. Flip the burgers. Prep some of the things as far as cutting them. Which is probably the most advanced cooking thing I had to do there. I was cutting up vegetables and stuff. But, you know, that's pretty basic. Also, I'm pretty bad at it. I don't like cutting vegetables. Especially onions. Onions are the worst thing in existence to cut. For the obvious reason. I honestly would never cook with onions. At home. Just because of how annoying it is. If I'm going to do it, I do those red onions that are already pre-packaged. Because I will never cut my own onions. If I'm ever using my own onions for anything cooking-wise at home, I will only use red onions. Even if the recipe doesn't call for it, I'm just using, like, already cut red onions from the grocery store. Because I will not cut, like, a full onion. It's just too annoying. My eyes get way too sensitive way too quick from it. Because I already have sensitive eyes. So that combined with what onions do is just too much. Like, it takes literally 5 seconds of me cutting an onion for me to be so teary that I can't even see what I'm doing. Wear swimming goggles? Yeah, that would work. If you completely cover your eyes with safety goggles, it does stop it. Because there's some kind of enzyme as a protection from the vegetable. That's the main culprit of it. So if you just wear, like, science goggles, like those airtight ones, or even just basic cheap ones from, like, a dollar store or something, like those little goggle thingies, it's enough to make it so your eyes don't water. But generally when you're working at a restaurant, you don't have equipment like that, oddly enough. But if you want to do it at your own house, yeah, that's a solution to it. My solution is just use red onions, because I prefer their taste anyways. Unless I'm, like, sauteing up onions for something specific, like a cheesesteak or something, I'll just use red onion for everything. Even if it doesn't call for it, because I just prefer their taste. Cheesesteak's one of the only few things I really like to have, like, proper sauteed onions for. Rip the onion open with your bare hand? Oh, gosh. The problem with that is, generally the way that you would serve onion is really finely chopped up. Very rarely are there many dishes, other than maybe a burger, where you would just put a slab of onion on top of it. Because most onion dishes, you need them really finely chopped up. I mean, not finely chopped up, but you know. Like, you're not putting, like, entire rings of onions on most dishes. Like, burger is one of the only few exceptions. Alright, how many more of these do we have? 7 minutes. Let's keep going then. Final stretch. We'll keep going the whole time. Might as well. That basically means at the end of the 0 mark. It's technically 8 minutes from now. I'd rather overshoot it than undershoot it because we still have an XP booster going for like an extra 30 seconds. I might as well get the extra battle in there. Whatever value we can get. He's got a perfect top row dungeon. Nice. Huge congrats, Chad. Very nice. We got double perfect the other week, but we haven't seen a single one since then, unfortunately. We'll have to roll rock back around eventually. It's funny, I forgot the skulls can actually be overwritten. Double overwritten into an extra turn. So we're almost gonna get a level at this point. Though it makes sense, we have double XP set right now. Just keep your eyes shut while cutting onions? How are you supposed to cut then? Like, you can somewhat feel where it is just with your hands. But I feel like I would cut something really horribly if I couldn't see it as I'm cutting it. They need to add Dragonite to the dungeon daily loot. Yeah. The way that's scaled is kind of unfortunate. Also, don't kill it. Okay, we have a chance. Come on. I just need full mana. Come on. Just don't devour us. No way! He just rolled like 20% devour on us. I can't believe we actually died to that. I'm gonna get cleansed so we don't have to deal with that. I'll catch you later, Sonny. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day. I'll be calling in a few minutes too. I think we have 2 minutes of boost left until tomorrow night. But we will be streaming midday tomorrow for Power World, starting around noon. I think it's just going to be me, Isabel, and Genki initially. But Cookie's going to be there a couple hours later for half the stream. But it's mostly just going to be me, Isabel, and Genki. I think Genki's also going to be streaming on her channel. They can catch it on either side. But we should be starting to get into the late game now. By the end of next stream, we should have basically max level. Because we set it to double XP so it doesn't take as long. Which means if we don't get the update tomorrow, by the time we next stream it on Saturday, after tomorrow's stream of it, we should be ready to go do whatever endgame content is added. We should all be geared up and ready. Because my goal for that stream is to get level 50, organize Genki storages, because I'm pretty sure Isabel won't let me touch hers. And then, what would the other thing be then? I guess just get everyone geared for endgame. I'm going to see if I can try to get some of those legendary schematics. See if I can get everyone best in slot armor and or weapon. So ideally armor. But we'd kind of need the group to go do that. Well, it is soloable, and we will be setting single spawns, so we don't have to deal with like triple. And also because it was lagging way too much. But, I don't know, I guess I could technically solo them. It's a really hard boss to solo, though. Without having optimized mons for it. Because my mons are definitely going to be really weak, so we might need the whole group to go. Because the best in slot armor in the game is from the 2 Pegasus fights. The Dark Knight and the Light Knight, or Normal Knight, whatever you want to call it. I forget their names. The ones in the desert all the way in the top right. Because once we all have best in slot armor, we can basically take on anything in the entire game. Because the DPS we'd have from 3 to 4 people would just auto-win pretty much every fight. So it really just comes down to how good our armor is. Yeah, Paldius and Necromus, those are the 2. I ideally want to see if we can kill all legends by the end of next stream. Or by the start of the following stream. If we can't quite get there yet. But I feel like if we have all 4 of us grouped up by then, we could definitely take it. Even if half of you are still like level 30 something and me and someone else are like 40 something, I think we could take it. Not sure what level everyone is right now. I know I'm the highest level of the group at the moment. Because I've kind of been prioritizing exploring and leveling. I promise a Jet Dragon. I will make sure you get the first Jet Dragon. Though you need to get leveled because you can't use it until level 50. So even if I get you one, you can't use it other than for combat. As far as riding it and everything. Oh, so I would love to have a turn sometime today. Wait, you're only level 20? Oh gosh, you need to stop building the base and go get some levels then. Just start throwing balls at everything you see. Your base is already set up at a location where there's a bunch of low-level mons. Like, step out of the fortress that you've built and just throw balls at everything you see. And you'll get level 30 in no time. In like half an hour. I'm just clicking the retreat button. It's going to save time over trying to fight whatever on Earth is happening there. So I think this is our final fight. I just realized we already did our whole booster. But anyways, guys, we will be calling it here after this fight. We will be back tomorrow night, same time as always, 2 hours prior to now. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys know the drill. We'll be messing around with a ton of Underspire, so if you want to see Underspire teams, we'll be messing with that most of the time tomorrow's stream. Beyond that, we'll be doing a midday stream for Power World with Genki and Isabel, and somewhat with Cookie once he gets in. And yeah, we'll go from there. Anyways, guys, I hope... Oh, good. We got like 18,000 points. One of my goals this stream was to hit 4th place, and we were able to do it. I'm not going to be competing for top 3. Definitely not top 1. Gosh, she's literally 2nd place on leaderboard right now. But hopefully we'll make rank on someone else's leaderboard and get like 3rd place. And because we're definitely not doing it on our own. I'm not going to bother going for that many points this week. We'll probably have like 20,000 by the end of the week, which I'm perfectly happy with. Hopefully we'll get someone else's leaderboard and get our points that way. But anyways, guys, have a wonderful week. Oh, wait, what's Mr. Z's comment? I didn't see. He keeps changing his name, so I keep forgetting which one it is. There it is. Not Lester, it's Mr. Z. I only caught like 5 minutes of the last stream. Your volume on the other mics is much better on Genki's channel. Oh, do I have it too high? May I have to tweak your settings? Wait, are the voices too high or too low? Was everyone else who wasn't me too high of a voice or too low of a voice? Because I ended up upping them because it was too low earlier. But I might have upped it so much that it made it too high. Which one is it? Because I don't know which based on your comment. I'll wait till he mentions it. Because I'm actually curious, because I'll readjust it before the stream tomorrow then. Because we'll be doing that in like 14 hours. It's hard to hear us. Okay, so I need to make it even higher then. Oh, okay. I see. It's normal to you? Interesting. Okay, I'll just up you guys a little bit then. Or maybe there's some other setting that's making you guys lower that I'm not aware of. Because it could be that the volume I have set is fine, but there's some secondary setting I have set. Oh, you know why? I have my desktop audio lowered. I wonder if I up that, if I'll up your guys' voice. Oh, wait. Wait, does OBS have its own noise? Wait, if I open Discord right now, I want to check something. Let's see. I want to check something real quick before we end the stream. I want to do an audio test. Genki, could you go into your chat channel real quick and say anything? Oh, wait, it's currently updating. Oh, wait, this is going to take a while. Never mind. Wait, when did Discord get an update? It's saying 1 out of 14. Never mind, I won't be able to test this to stream. Oh, well, we'll figure it out at the beginning of next stream. Alright, I'll definitely up it later. But I'll figure it out later. Okay, we'll figure it out at the beginning of next stream is the verdict. Also, the poll ended on a 50-50 on if we should nerf, or if they should nerf Stellarex. That's interesting. A perfect 50-50 on the dot after 52 votes. Or sorry, 36 votes. 52 minutes of poll. Oh, there we go. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. We'll fix that issue at the beginning of the next stream, then. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.